scientist, even though he may not have known it. Every time somebody would complain, he would say the same thing. Everything will be okay in the end. And they would say, yes, but it's not okay now. He said, that's okay. It's not the end. And to me, that was a wonderful idea that things are going to work out. You just have to be more patient and have faith that it's all in divine order. So this is everything will be okay in the end. If you want to sing along, very simple. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Exactly. You have more fans than I do. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every happy song needs some sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A sunny New Jersey day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience.
Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
Okay, let's sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. That's it. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. You can't believe all people want to talk about our politics? It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. But this is the end of the song. And now a word from our sponsor.
Well, everything is okay, but this isn't the end, this is the beginning. So we're going to begin, as we always do on our Sacred Sundays, with our opening treatment, which is our word for affirmative prayer. So I invite you to take a breath of this joyous moment, knowing that in this moment there is no beginning, there is no end, there is one continuous flow of spirit, of God, of good, of love, of light, of all that is the magnificent absolute. And as we breathe in the absolute in this moment, we know that everything is beyond okay. Everything is magnificent. Everything is joyful. Everything is joyous. And we know that it does change. It comes and it goes, but it just expands into more joy and more good and more love and more light, because that is how we see it from this place of spirit. When we are one with God, we are one with each other, and we are one with all that God is. And so I know that that love and that light that is spirit itself expresses itself uniquely, beautifully, fully, creatively, joyfully through each one of us. And the unique expression of each one of us comes together to experience this moment just as it is. And as we experience it just as it is, we recognize that God is present, even in what we might call conditions that our human mind does not appreciate. We appreciate it from this perspective of God, knowing that it is all okay, because it is all God. It is all love. It is all joy, and we get to see it in these different and beautiful lights, in these different and beautiful ways. And so we know that this service is blessed by this truth, this magnificent teaching that we call the Science of Mind, this magnificent community that we call Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, and these magnificent, beautiful people that are here today to share all of who they are. We are so grateful to welcome our guest speakers and musicians today, who allow God to express through them so joyously, so beautifully, in such an uplifting and inspirational way. That is how it is received. That is how it is used. That is how it is expressed from this moment forth. And so just feeling so much gratitude for being alive, and for being the channel through which God expresses, and for opening to be even greater channel for love and light to express, we say thank you, God. Thank you for the beginning, thank you for the end, thank you for the middle, thank you for all. And as I release this word, I know it returns full right here and right now, and for this and so much more. Once again, we say thank you, God, and together we say, and so it is. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I love it. Vern looked at me before and he said, 11, I guess we should start. And there was like Franny and Nelson and Sal were like the only ones here. So I closed my eyes. I said, when I open my eyes after the treatment, we are full, and we are, and so it is. So thank you for being here today, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, a vibrant community where love, joy, and inclusivity is at the heart of everything we do. Here we honor the unique journey of every soul, offering a place of healing, growth, and celebration. Together, we create an atmosphere of openness and love, where every person is seen, valued, and accepted just as they are. I'm Reverend Janice Valera. I'm a minister here at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown. Thank you for joining us, whether you are here in person, whether you're watching the live stream either now or at a later time because it is recorded, or just for being present with us in this moment. We're so happy that you are joining us. If this is your first time here with us today, and there are some new faces, but they're not new to me. There's a couple back there. I just have to welcome Nelson and Sal. I did their civil union, how many years ago? Like so many years ago?
Many
years ago. And I was so excited to see them here with us today. They're not new to the teaching. They've been practicing and living it for a very long time, as many of us have. So if you are here for the first time, though, please get a welcome packet and complete a visitor's form so we can include you in future events happening at our center. And to all of you, we do publish a weekly newsletter through Constant Contact. So if you're not already signed up, there is a place you can sign up, a clipboard in the back. Please sign up, and you can also visit our website at cflmorristown.org. I just need to welcome back my dear, dear, dear friend Gail, who brought a friend with her today too, so thank you for being here. And I want to turn your attention to the new symbol on Science of Mind. It's beautiful. We're so grateful. And Gail actually created both banners on either side. She made those years ago, and she was able to bring it all together. So thank you so much, Gail. So So the 2025 Center for Spiritual Living theme is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. And the monthly theme for August is On the Wings of Love. And I love that Angelina is here today because she sounds like she has this angelic voice. And so I just hear your voice on the wings of love. So their topic today, Armand and Angelina, is getting high on God. And we are so grateful to welcome you back. It has been 2 years since they've been with us, and we are the final stop on their tour before they return back to Orlando. So thank you so much for being with us today. Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us all to love life passionately. Whew. And Angelina's angelic and heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She was classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with Epcot Center. They're international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth now. They will be offering a flute workshop. You've heard them, and you will hear them do more of their beautiful flute music. They offer a workshop. I've actually never attended, but I'm going today, and I'm really excited. After service, there are spaces available still, and they're coming back tomorrow night to do a Pazzi musical variety show at 6:30. Spaces available. So after you hear them, I know you're going to want to come back. So you can sign up on Breeze. There's flyers in the back, and I'll probably mention it again later. Okay, it is time now for our Namaste practice. We know that Namaste means that the divinity within me recognizes and honors the divinity within you. And I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you. There is only one of us. So I invite you to turn to those around you and offer a Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
And I'm going to start.
And now let's start.
Well, I am so filled. I don't know what, we met Reverend Janice, I'm believing around 2007, which was our first New Jersey tour. Does that sound somewhere in the ballpark?
Yeah.
And we have not seen her since COVID, the great pause, and it's delightful to be here, really, right? It's nice to see this wonderful artwork. We have strong gales here today. Beautiful there. And if you're here for the very first time, please give Reverend Janice a second chance to come back next week.
No, Lori's speaking.
Okay, give Lori a chance.
Give Lori a chance. Come back for
Sometimes we
Lori.
get nervous if somebody's first experience is with us. So, yes, we're going to have as much fun as we possibly can with you. We just love it here. We love being here right now. The weather is so much cooler here than Florida. If you ever complain, go on the weather and look at Florida weather, especially in the summer. In the winter, don't look at Florida weather. But in the summer, look at Florida weather. So yes, it's one of the things is we normally it takes us 2.5 days to get home. In our 40s, it took us 2 days to get home. And but what we're going to do tomorrow night is after we leave here, we're going to drive towards Baltimore and see how far we get. And Linda goes, don't you think you'll be tired? And I said, not after being at Morristown Center for Spiritual Living. I'm going to have 2 or 3 hours of highness to do that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into a bit of a meditation. But we'll start with a very simple chant to bring you into the meditation, get your brain occupied with those words so we can quiet it. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And that goes right in alignment with what Reverend Janice was saying about things are always working that way. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment. Peace in every moment. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment. Peace in every moment. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment. Peace in every moment. Peace I am. And we invite you now to quiet the mind even more. Close your outer eyes. And allow yourself to feel that peace of spirit that is always there. It is our natural birthright to ground into a sense of peace, even and especially when appearances seem otherwise. As we breathe in, we breathe in more of that peace of spirit. And as we breathe out, we share that vision of peace with the world. Breathing in more peace, more joy, more knowing. And breathing out limiting beliefs and all that no longer serves us. We invite you now to allow the music to take you on your very own sacred journey into the peace of the one mind. Very gently now, begin to bring your attention to this holy now moment, this sacred sanctuary where we come to remember the truth of who we are and share that truth with each other and beyond. Thank you, Great Spirit, one mind, God, Goddess, all that is. And we share it together, and so it is. Amen. All is well, all is well. God is balanced, all is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well. And so it is.
And so it is.
So about 25 years ago, I don't remember the exact date, August 27th, 2000, when I met Angelina at her Unity Church. For the first 5 to 10 years, when I would say these 3 words to her, it lit her up. But now, I have a different 3 words I say to her that I would like to also say to you, relative to my question, would you like to use a mic? And she said, no, I think I'm loud enough without it. You were right. Those 3 words are very, very powerful. Yeah, what a nice projection voice. That's awesome. So, Angelina, you probably want to say a little something about
I do. I just wanted to say, Armand's very colorful and joyous, and so he decided to wear the most joyous suit that he has. And when he bought it on Amazon, he goes, you have to wear this at church on Sundays. I'm like, do you really think that's a good thing to
I
wear
bought
to
it 4
church?
years ago, and she said, what's that for? I said, when we get back to work, I'm going to hit it good and big and beautiful and gay and fabulous.
So I told him, maybe wear black pants with it. It'll calm it down just a little, right?
So we did. We bought the black pants, and they did look nice. She was right, but I said, what about on a Sunday when we're going to be at a center that we already know loves us, and we're doing one of my favorite things to talk about, which is getting high, which is what we're going to talk about today. Can I wear it there? And she said, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the closest color scheme to what happens inside of my brain. All right, take it away.
All right, well, our talk today is getting high on God. And we're going to be talking about getting high and raising our happy drugs.
That's right. So, because everything we talk about today is going to be centered around the idea of raising your vibration, but also actually raising the chemicals that make you feel good in your brain that scientifically is proven. You already know it, but a lot of times we don't know that there's actually a chemical, physiological thing going on, and we want to figure out more and more ways to get these drugs. So, because they're in there, we have a pharmacy that's open 24 hours and there's never a shortage. Get in there, get those pharmacies. So, because we are distributors of these happy drugs, we consider ourselves happy drug dealers. And the pause is extremely
Very
important.
important.
So we're going to be sharing lots of wonderful things. So first off, I'd like to talk about my favorite way to get happy drugs. My favorite way to get happy drugs is community. Okay? That is not necessarily my introverted wife's favorite way to get happy drugs. But for me, it's so important. And the challenge for me during the Great Pause, those couple of years, was that I was missing out. on community. And it was so valuable to me that I slipped into depression. And part of it was depression because of my thoughts, but part of it was depression because I was depleting myself from antidepressants that are in my brain all the time. Serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. There's actually a book out. I did this talk in Fort Charlotte about 2 months ago, and somebody came up, there's a book already written about everything you're saying. I go, really? And it's called DOSE. I'm gonna throw it out there. DOSE stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. And basically, it's like I'm like a senior in high school in this information versus this book, which is a PhD in this information. I listen to it almost every day, and we both listen to it. It's fantastic.
And introverts like community also. It takes us a little more energy to sometimes do that. And it's really good because introverts need to recharge by being by themselves. So it's all kind of a balance of how much to spend in community with people and how much to spend by yourself so you can be recharged and do it again.
And true community, you really have to be with people that you're communing with, not with people that don't get you, not with people that think you should be different than you are. That's not really community, that's insanity. Anyway, you do little doses of it, like if you're related to them. You know what they say that a family reunion is when you bring a covered dish and an unresolved resentment. But anyway, we have to work within that. But yes, true community is being. I would say the main reason we go to a place like this on a Sunday, the main reason is the community drugs, the oxytocin, the connection with other people that are like-minded, to hear thoughts that make you feel better. So we're going to be talking about lots of principles and thoughts and things like that also. So I went to a youth rally many years ago. I was a youth leader in my area, and we would go to these big rallies. And I went to this rally one time, and after it was over, I was floating. This is before I understood the chemicals, but I knew something happened to me there. Around 150 teenagers and adults that were all there to kind of support joy and spirituality. It was a new thought event. And so I'm going, oh my God, I literally got high this weekend, and the buzz is lasting. We have to call it the after rally high that you get. So a lot of these terms are going to sound like I'm talking about, street drugs, but it's not. It's brain drugs. Okay. So I wrote this song after I was there, and it's a call and response song. So all you have to do is repeat after me. And this song is called I Get High on Loving You. And like I said, I always knew that I felt it on some level, but I didn't realize that things like oxytocin, which she'll talk a little bit more about that later, were actually increasing, helping us to be high. And there's tons of different ways. It would take hours to talk about, especially since I've been listening to the book, all the different natural ways we can get high. All right. So just repeat after me. By the way, when you sing along and stuff, that also gives you a high. That also increases brain chemistry. I get high on loving you.
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 Don't need a train.
Don't need a train.
Don't need a ship.
Don't need a ship.
I don't need a plane
Don't need a
to
plane
take this trip.
to take this trip.
Don't need a drug.
Don't need a drug.
Don't need a brew.
Don't need a brew.
'Cause I get high
I get high
on loving you.
on loving you.
I get high 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 on loving you.
Your little girl,
Your little girl
your little boy
and your little boy
needs to come out
needs to come out
and feel the joy.
and feel the
I
joy.
see you as
I see you as
young and wild.
young and wild.
In God's eyes,
In God's eyes,
still a child.
you're still a child.
I get high on loving you.
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 I get high
to.
Follow me, never forget how to.
It's a contact bug.
Alright, so we're going to talk about some tools to be getting high, not just the chemicals in our brains, but just things we can do to keep us in that high feeling. So we love in the morning to get up and do gratitude, just what we're grateful for, and meditation. And then we love to be outside because it's good to have the sun on us first thing in the morning. You probably want to talk about that.
Just more and more. And have you noticed that once a little thing gets cracked in your psyche, then all of a sudden information from all over the place starts filling it? It's like, when the student's ready, the teacher appears, and in that movie, I think it was A Secret or What the Bleep, I get them confused, but there was a scene where the early Native American people couldn't see the ships even though they were there, the ships coming in, because they didn't have a reference point for it. They just saw a lot of water moving, which they had seen, and eventually it came to clear, and then everybody had that. Well, that's that kind of clearing. We develop a clearing. So once I started hearing about the importance of sunlight, and we're talking about as early in the morning as you can be out there. If you can be out there early in the morning, so many fabulous chemical things happen. Number one, it's some of the only time you can stare at the sun. It's early in the morning and late in the evening without there being a problem in squinting, so seeing it early. But it also helps balance your circadian rhythms, so it helps to say, it's time to wake up. Well, that sounds like the guy from TV. Wake up, sleepyheads. Anyway, it's time to wake up. And so, and in the evening, if you watch it again, it can help too when it's going down. It does stuff to your eyes. Apparently, the eyes are actually part of the brain. They're all like connected. So when you see it goes right in, and it does kind of great stuff. So that's one of the greatest things. We also like to get our bare feet in the sand or in the grass or somewhere, even in the dirt, just off the cement.
So they call that grounding.
Grounding, earthing, I've heard different things.
All those negative ions, which actually are a very positive thing, is really good, and you get that by putting your feet in the earth and the dirt. And we live in a concrete world, and so very few times are we actually able to take our shoes off and be in the ground.
Yeah, I only got to go out a little bit this morning because I overslept, and so I'm going, I have to do a couple of things on my phone real quick. I said, well, go do them barefoot out in the sun. And even when it's cloudy, even when it's cloudy, you're still getting the good effects of the sun, okay? Even when it's cloudy, believe me, it gets through. Here's how you know that the sun's out. Think about how it looked at 1 a.m. And even at 5:30, it's still different. That's the sun. All right, so let's see. One of my favorite things, which has been so powerful in Science of Mind, are the tools that I've learned over the years, okay? I think it was 1989 that I first ended up in a Science of Mind church, and it was with Reverend Temple Hayes in Jensen Beach, Florida. And so Science of Mind and Unity and New Thought really gave me all kinds of wonderful tools that made me feel so much better than some of the things I had been taught spiritually growing up. And so the first time I heard about divine order, that things were working in a divine way, I was like, yeah, that feels better than feeling like I'm a worthless sinner. Things are working in divine order. When I first heard Eckhart Tolle say, this too shall pass, I thought, wow, yeah, they always did. But when you're in it, you have to keep reminding yourself. And if you're going through something really challenging and somebody says, well, this too shall pass, you might not want to hear it in that moment. So you might say, thank you, I'm aware, right now it's passing like a kidney stone. But thank you, I know it will pass. That's honoring your human self that's hurting a little bit. And Angelina likes to talk a lot about honoring the human self. So the other one that we like to talk about, everything will be okay in the end. That's another wonderful tool. The universe is conspiring on your behalf. Has anybody ever heard that? So paranoia is when you think the universe is against you. Anybody ever think that? How's that feel? Not so good. When you think the universe is against you and you dwell on it, you actually deplete your happy drugs. Okay? It actually physiologically happens. And when you go, I know the universe is conspiring on my behalf, you walk around like a reverse paranoia. Oh my God, God, what fabulous thing is going to happen. That's called pronoia. The first paragraph. So anyway, so those are really, really great tools. We're going to probably sing a song tomorrow night that has
I have another one, though.
You have another
Remove
one?
it,
I love
something
as many as you want.
Make your home your sanctuary, right? So like, we like lots of colors and all. So I decided one day to paint our kitchen turquoise. So I bought the paint, I started painting, I'm like, this is a little bold here, but I love it so much, and I painted it. And every time I go in that kitchen, especially after we've been away for 3-4 weeks on a tour, it makes me feel so good. It makes me smile. It makes me go, oh, I love that. So whatever that would be for your home, be it maybe more nature with stones and plants and all, whatever that is, so that if you have a stressful day or something and things aren't going right, when you go to your home, you can go, I feel nurtured and safe and wonderful here. So,
And there's been proof that colors, when you see colors that resonate with you, colors can raise chemicals in your brain. They make you happy. They make you smile. You could maybe have a place that had lots of little tiny hearts, maybe all over a place, like here. I thought that was a bug. I went up there to get that bug, and I went, no, it's a heart. And then once I saw that one, I started seeing more of it.
yeah, I love it.
So anything like that, yes, those kinds of things, anything that will raise your spirits, it's actually a chemical as well. And then tomorrow night we'll sing a song, I believe, that I actually learned from a lady that used to live in this area. Her name was Spring.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if you remember
Spring LaBelle.
Spring
Yeah.
made her transition a few years ago,
Yeah.
very young.
Yeah.
It was one of the ones that hit us the hardest because we had spent so much time with her, and we spent a lot of time with Spring when we first came to your other center at the time. And one day she wanted to take me to an Italian restaurant, and I was excited about it. She said they make the best eggplant parmesan. I don't remember where it was, but it was somewhere between here and Neptune, and not the planet. Okay. So, we went and they were closed, and I went, oh, rats, I feel disappointed. I was so excited. And she says, I have a special tool that will help you with disappointment. I said, really? And she learned it through the Science of Mind somewhere. She said, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And I went, ooh, I like that. So that's my disappointment tool. Oh, feeling disappointed. Grab that spiritual toolbox. Bring that one out. Oh, I don't know why this is so chaotic. Everything will be okay in the end. Oh my gosh, I missed my turn. It's all in divine order. Anytime you use them, raises your vibration back up. Okay. What else?
So
we got?
let's talk about some drugs in our
Drugs.
brains.
Let's talk about drugs.
So we'll start with oxytocin. So that's like the love and trust and feeling. And a good way, an example of this is they did a study with dogs, and they found that when they pet a dog, the oxytocin goes off in their brain. And so that's why when you, well, come here, Armand. So you're petting your dog, right? He's really loving it, right? And then you stop, and he nudges for more.
Right?
And so
Your cat will do the same thing.
your cat will do the same thing. So it's because they're getting that oxytocin. They're feeling that love and in their brains.
So let's talk a little bit about what depletes your oxytocin. We already talked about hanging out with people that don't really get you, that put you down and things like those. Those will actually deplete your oxytocin. Watching the news too much, I recommend that at least an equal amount of something comical that brings joy to you. For every minute you spend watching the news, add more in there. And I heard the most important reason to watch the news are two main reasons. To know how to vote, that resonates with your soul, and to know where to send your love. Because when you know there's places that are having challenges, you don't have to get caught up in it as much, but you can send your love and send healing and send energy. And so those are the two main reasons I heard to do that.
Right. Serotonin, that is the drug of that is released in your brain for happiness and well-being. So a good way to get that is drink water. It actually is a good thing for your brain. It's actually good, hydrates your body, hydrates your mental health. And so you're feeling maybe a little low or something, drink some water.
Yes, and
Good
of
for
course
you.
forests and oceans, anytime you can be in the area of those ions Angelina was talking about, they're hyper powerful in forests and oceans and beautiful places in nature. Okay, what else we got? My
Well,
drug of
let's-
choice?
Yeah, let's talk about your drug of choice. Dopamine.
Love dopamine.
So that's the pleasure and learning and motivation chemical in the brain.
Yeah, and I have that condition, ADHD, which is a attention deficit hyperactive condition. It's not a disorder. Condition, and I have that. And when I did research during COVID, when it got way worse, I had been managing it for years, but I didn't really know for sure. I just had been managing it, and it was kind of like I described it like this. If you can't see well, but you learn how to squint real good, you can still get around, but you're not really at your highest, or if you're on 6 cylinders instead of 8. And that's what I had done most of my life. I had figured out ways to see pretty good squinting. And then as I did research and I found out that I was low dopamine, and there were all kinds of different ways to raise that dopamine, all of a sudden I could see clearly without squinting and realized, oh my goodness, thank God it finally showed up. And one of the things I found that has been really effective is ice cold plunges. And when I say ice cold, I mean like 55 to 60. I don't go into the 35 type stuff. And I am a person...
55 is definitely cold enough.
Okay, so yes. And so I'm a person who's lived in basically in 2 places, Louisiana, where I grew up, and Florida, all in the South. And I never liked anything cold. Every time I would come to a cold place, I would be like, this is awesome for a week. I need to get out of this. So getting into cold water for me was just insane. I'm like, why would anybody do that? And so then I found out that all these chemicals get put into your brain when you're in a situation like that. Number one, you get endorphins and dopamine from kind of the pain. Basically to try to keep you alive. They're like, oh my God, this person is going to die soon. We have to do whatever we can to make him feel better. Then, it didn't help for that guy in the Titanic at the end. But it kept him there longer anyway. Squirrel. Anyway, so it does that. It also does serotonin and endorphins, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It also does that because for the first 30 to 60 seconds, it's pretty painful. And when you have that any kind of a pain, working out with weights that are a little too heavy for you, but when you're working them, you're tearing muscle, your body builds back stronger. I've heard that certain wines and olive oils, there's something else that David was telling me about as well, but wines and olive oils for sure, that they produce a better grape and a better olive if the tree has to work for it. If it's in a sort of an arid, rocky area like olive oil from Morocco. We buy olive oil from Morocco because
You cannot eat olives off the tree, can you?
I tried. We went to Greece. I tried every single version. Darker ones, lighter ones, ones that had been on the ground for a while. None of them tasted good. Like, God, is this a joke? But yeah, you figure out how to make it with brine and things like that. But yes, so the olives, they become stronger because they have to work harder. And all of us have found that when we put energy into something, effort, and even pain and discomfort sometimes to get through a tough situation makes you stronger. And so that's a great way to get dopamine, which also... Arcades, if you like to go to arcades and play silly games that make you laugh and have fun. Theme parks, dopamine, yeah. Fishing. During COVID, I didn't know what to do with myself, so I would go fishing for like 8 hours a day, partially just to get out and sometimes cry, and just be outside, cry, and release all this pent-up idea. Wayne Dyer said many years ago, if you are what you do, then when you do, you aren't. And I had become what I did. I thought that's what I did. So when it went away, I had to gain that. But yeah, just getting out in nature and fishing. Angelina called herself a fisherman's widow. So that's
now we're going to talk about endorphins. And this is one that's I resonate with because it has to do with stress and anxiety. And as I've gotten older, I find I have more anxiety. And that's why I started doing the meditation every morning, because that just starts my day and gives me just that peaceful calmness that I need. So endorphins releases a euphoria for physical pain, and it also does for the release of for stress and anxiety. So that I'm learning more about that as I found this out. It's kind of the fight or flight thing in your brain. So I read that it's eat more dark chocolate, helps that. And
Dark doesn't mean just a color. We're talking about 77% cocoa and up.
Right. And creating music and art is a good way also for letting the endorphins come through. And I think that's, and we just learned about the breathing yesterday.
Yeah, this is a wonderful little breathing thing for anxiety and stress. And we've all practiced all kind of breathing. I like things that are easy and quick, because there may be another squirrel over there. But so this is called double inhale. It's also called the sigh breath. And it's funny, I heard it called the sigh breath on my dose audio book, and I heard it called double breath from a guy named Andrew Huberman, I think he is. He was on Bill Maher. It's funny, I just heard about Andrew Huberman from some friends of ours in Pennsylvania, very near Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. There's a town, and it's not far from here. It's not far from
Okay,
here.
Armand, let's go.
These names of these towns are over. It's a real place. That's another talk. Blue Ball, bird in hand, intercourse. They're all very close to each other. Okay, so where was I going?
You're talking about the double inhale.
Yeah, so both of them said the same thing. That's good for stress, and it's quick. It's so it's that little double. And guess what? It does stuff to your brain. You get more serotonin and things like that are anti-anxiety things. And when Angelina told me she was having more challenges with anxiety, my first thought was, that's counterintuitive. We're wiser than we've ever been. We're smarter than we've ever been. We're all these wonderful things. Why would that happen? And then I started reading. Yes, as the wisdom and the brilliance goes up, sometimes other things get depleted, like collagen and like some of the brain chemicals. And so it's great to find a way to put extra of those in. I said, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a natural depletion. You put those back in, and it's helping. And also, endorphins come with pretty good from arcade. She turned into an arcade person about 2 years ago. The weirdest thing. Little Miss, I want to be in my room, And she's like, I heard there was an arcade here. I go, who are you and what have you done with my wife? So I love it. I got it. Do anybody know Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah.
She's become kind of like that new girl. It's like, that's the extra too. When I was younger, I was very misguided and I wanted to be in a relationship with multiple women, and I'm doing all that. Okay, so the last thing we're going to say before we go into the next part of the service is, hopefully you're feeling a little higher now. There's tons of information all over YouTube and all over the world about how to get these natural chemicals. Okay, tons of it. Like I said, this Andrew Huberman guy, the dose book, all that. But it's all over the place, and it's all stuff you've heard anyway before. You just may not have known about the physicality of it all the way. But one of my favorite tools is to think of spirit, and I got this from one of my friends in Charlotte, as having one of three answers to every treatment, every prayer. The first one is the best one. Yes. We all love a yes. The second one is, not right now. And the third one is, I have something even better. And when I think about things not going my way, and I go, that's probably just a not right now. Or maybe it's I have something better. And with Angelina and I, we each had a not right now when we couldn't find the ideal partner. And then we both got married and we got, I have something better. And so we got divorced and then So are you feeling a little higher today?
Yeah.
Woo! There you go. We're getting high on God, baby. And now another word from our sponsor. And where two or more are gathered, take up a collection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we got that. I'm a science nerd, so I love this stuff. Love it. And it is a place where we come to raise our vibration, and I love that, those the components that we get here too. We get them from each other, we get them from you guys, and song, and so if you come back tomorrow night, you will get even higher. So now that you've experienced them, I hope to see you tomorrow night for even more, to be dosed even higher. What time?
Let's get high together.
Let's get high together, yeah. What time?
6:30.
6:30.
Oh my God, I was here 2 years ago and I did not stop laughing, so I'll be there.
And that's another one. Laughter.
Yeah.
Laughter just raises everything up. So when I really need to be raised up, I pet my dog and I laugh. And I get a lot of those chemicals, yeah. Okay, so now it is time for our collection, as you so beautifully segued into. So I am going to pass this around if anybody wants to give of actual live currency, but you know there are many ways that we give here. We have so many automatic givers, and we are so grateful for you, and you know who you are. You can give through PayPal or Venmo. There's QRC, what do I call them? I was going to call them QVC. QR codes in the back. Or you can give as the basket comes around. So we also know that we give with our hearts, with our love. We are so grateful to those who give and provide for us during our social hour. Today, Jean and Helena have provided for us, and we hope you all join us for social hour. And now we're just going to give great gratitude for all of it, so please join me in blessing all of the gifts that we receive here. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly. As I share my good, I accept my greater good. So it is. And that's the law of circulation in action. So a few announcements. I do want to let everybody know there's a beautiful array of wonderful products in the back that Armand and Angelina would like to share with everyone. And they want everyone to have their music, so they offer CDs and books on a suggested exchange basis. So please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it now. That is extremely generous of you. Thank you so very much for that. But please check out everything that they have back there. Again, the flute workshop that they're giving today is at 1 o'clock, and you provide flutes, and flutes are also available for sale.
Each flute will have a little sanitary straw in it, so you're not putting your mouth where somebody else's mouth may have been. Everybody's going to get one of those, so it keeps it clean.
Thank you. And the music, the musical variety show is tomorrow night at 6:30. Returning on Friday, September 5th, Gail is offering our First Friday Healing Circle again. So that's coming back on Friday. Starts at 7, right? 7 o'clock? Okay. And it's right here in Sanctuary. On September 7th, which is 2 weeks from today, Kat will do our next sound journey, and everybody knows how amazing they are. There are flyers in the back, and we ask that you register on Breeze for the sound journey. On September 28th, we will be having a community gathering. We invite everybody to come for this meeting where we will talk about the timeline for our transition and some information about that. We're going to be eliciting feedback about events and things that are going on in our community. So there'll be a potluck that day, and then everybody is invited at 1 o'clock for our community gathering. So we hope to see you for that. We have some dates that opened up for social hour, so the clipboard is in the back if you want to sign up for some dates in September. We would really appreciate that. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Lori's here today. Gail's here. I am here. We're available for express treatments after service if anybody wants to have an individual time with us. But now I will end with a closing treatment. So everybody take a deep breath. And let's allow everything that has been shared, the music, the message, the laughter, all of the endorphins and the serotonin and the beautiful chemicals that our brain has produced, let us just take a moment and allow ourselves to receive the benefits of that. For as we come together in this moment and we align with Spirit, the one power and presence, we do know that it is Spirit, the universe, that always conspires for our good, always brings us to the place of yes and something better, always creates within us that place of receptivity for the highest growth, the highest healing, the highest joy, the highest abundance. And I know this now for everyone who is here individually, for this center collectively, and for the world. For as we stand in this place and allow ourselves to be this channel for good, it is this good, this fullness of God that goes out into the world to bless all those that we touch, to bless all those who come into our awareness, to bless every situation and every condition in the world, because the universe conspires for the good of all. And as we know that, we get to be the expressions of that in the world. And so we allow ourselves to feel so much gratitude in this moment for Armand and Angelina and all that they have shared and how they bring this joy all over the country and share it with everyone they know, and how they have inspired us to do the same. So I know that we go forth today doing that, bringing joy, bringing love wherever we go. I know that this center is blessed and each one here is blessed. And as we move into the rest of our day, we do so with even more joy and even more love, because God is always saying yes and more, yes and more. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, God, for this and so much more. And we come together in knowing this truth, receiving this truth, by allowing this truth and saying, and so it is. So thank you again.
Thank you. Before we do our last joy song, I have to remember to share with you one idea that I overtalked and Angelina didn't get a chance to say. Staying in sadness and grief and disappointment can lower your brain drugs. But not feeling and allowing yourselves to feel sadness and disappointment and grief and anger can make them go away even more, because you bury them. And so it's important to talk to your anger and talk to your grief and talk to them and say, I understand you're feeling this. I understand you're feeling this. What would you like me to hear? What is your message? What is your gift to me? And then you go beyond it, and the happy drugs are free to come again. Okay. Anyway, this song is called Make Peace. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Why don't we stand up? Dance a little, yeah. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Like the Macarena, we got hand movements. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right. If every journey begins with a single step, I'm taking my first step now. If we are to be the change that we want to see, I'm changing myself now. Always a good place to start. The one in the mirror. Woo! Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, Nelson, you got it going, man. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, we're going to get a little funky. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yeah. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. see, and so it is.
And so